Goes off on Akademiks, says some of y'all are my sons. And this is what he said.
All of my sons. And I know you upset because daddy's been neglecting you.
Yo, it's facts.
Now, granted, we did play the longer version of this. And in the longer version, even though some people are going to say accurate being delusional, the longer version of this, he started out by saying, let me see if I can pull it up. Brilliant. It is. He started off by saying, let me see. I think
Print black privilege. Because when you're as beloved, I don't give a fuck.
I like his music. I'm talking about Champion.
I don't believe you could listen to someone for
9
since 2009 and then listen to them.
That's right.
It's commitment.
I love all my sons regardless of how, no matter how.
I hear it.
Basketball game.
That's right.
Here we go.
You didn't love somebody, you would stop watching. But if you can't stop watching, you love them.
That's right.
So you cannot tell me you don't love them.
Even now, it's like, yo, y'all can't spend every week bashing me about something.
It doesn't make sense.
You love me.
It's love.
You love me, especially some of my sons. Some of y'all are my sons. And I know you upset because daddy's been neglecting you.
Yo, it's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's love.
And but don't
it's
be
the
like
definition of love. If a dad was at every single basketball game, single basketball game a dad showed up, would you believe that dad didn't love his kid? I'm just saying, wait, listen. My dad was at every basketball game. Everybody's like,
I was trying to add some context. I think right before, he said he was talking about some Twitter shit.
The only way that you can rile up the internet, and now you might not love him, but you're his prisoner.
Yeah, man.
You know
yeah, you're right. And some of y'all just listen.
It just discredits their criticism because if you didn't love somebody, you would stop watching. But if you can't stop watching, you love them.
That's right.
So you cannot tell me you don't love them.
Yep.
Or
I'm trying to find
you love them.
You want to scream?
That scenario, I don't believe they hate you because you cannot hate somebody.
I think it started here.
You love me.
Nah, for real. Like, I don't believe you could listen to someone for 2 hours. Like, I think you actually do love them.
You like them.
Yeah.
You're an admirer.
You love.
You're an admirer. You might love to argue with this person. You might hate his opinions, but love to argue with him.
You
I
can't.
love that.
Yo, listen, it's podcast radio. These are things that you cannot not love because they're too long. You could watch a clip for somebody for like 60 seconds, right? You could be like, I don't like this person. You could watch more clips. But hours and hours of podcasts.
Be invested for years.
You love that person.
Yo, there's some of y'all out there. You love me.
Nah, for real. Like, it's facts. No. Think about it. Think, go say it. Say it. Say it. No.
There's two people, and I'm not on Twitter, so I don't ever see it. But people will be like, "Oh, you trending on Twitter." I don't even give a fuck for what. But whenever people do send me stuff from people on Twitter, it is two people. One in particular, I commend you. The reason I commend you, you've been hating me since 2009.
So that's the thing.
But
like,
you don't hate me, you love me.
But that's it. I don't believe, in that scenario, I don't believe they hate you because you cannot hate somebody.
Since 2009?
Since 2009 and then listen to them for 8 hours a week.
So that's not me. I'm trying to figure out who that person he was talking about is, though.
Yes, and pick apart everything they say.
You can't hate. No, you love that person. Now you just happen to. So here's the thing. You love that person. Now, you just maybe are getting views and clicks from hating on that person. But to me, if you hate somebody, stop listening.
Stop listening.
Stop watching.
Stop listening.
Now, if you cannot stop yourself from listening and watching, if you physically are incapable of stopping yourself from listening and watching, get there. You love them.
You want to scream.
You want to nut. You want to nut.
You don't
because
want
you're coming back every week.
Every week, man.
Every week you're coming back.
Week.
Now, or maybe you do hate them, but the only way you could get views is with the hate.
Skip Bayless LeBron.
The only way that you can rile up the internet, and now you might not love him, but you're his prisoner.
Yeah, man.
You know
yeah, you're right. And some of y'all just listen.
It just discredits their criticism because if you didn't love somebody, you would stop watching. But if you can't stop watching, you love them.
That's right.
So you cannot tell me you don't love them.
Even now, it's like, yo, y'all can't spend every week bashing me about something.
It doesn't make sense.
You love me.
It's love.
You love me, especially some of my sons. Some of y'all are my sons, and I know you upset because daddy's been neglecting you.
Yo, it's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's love.
But don't be
like that. It's the
like
definition of love. If a dad was at every single basketball game, single basketball game a dad showed up, would you believe that dad didn't love his kid? I'm just saying. Wait, listen. My dad was at every basketball game. Everybody's like, yo, he loves him.
Yeah.
He loves him.
Yeah.
If a dad is at every single game, that's
right.
love. You
that's
love.
Right. That's right.
It's commitment.
I love all my sons regardless of how, no matter how y'all talk about daddy.
Hey, Charlotte, they love you too.
I know they do.
Yo, they could prove they don't. Hey, watch it. They could prove they don't love you by never saying anything again.
Exactly.
But wait a minute.
Exactly.
Will they?
That's right. Don't mention daddy's name ever again.
They can't.
They can't. They can't.
Sean, they can't.
They can't. Matter of fact,
because they need to eat.
Whenever you hear my sons talking about me,
hey, your sons is hungry.
That's right.
Yo, your sons are hungry. They need to eat.
That's right. And I would never tell you eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? I will always be here. Listen, next time you hear my sons talk about me, just go in their comments and put Daddy's not coming home. Daddy's never coming home.
But you know what? Yo, but your sons love you so much, they gonna find you.
That's right.
They won't accept that daddy's not coming home. They gonna find you.
Put daddy's coming home soon.
Daddy will be home soon.
Daddy's coming home
Daddy
soon.
will be home
Relax,
soon.
man. It's okay.
That's the thing. That's why I don't believe any of this shit. If you listen every week and you got the same criticism every single week, I think you like it.
Especially
you like those things.
That's right.
Okay. All right. I played this already. No, well, I guess he spoke about this on the Breakfast Club today, and less hilarious. Asked him if it was talking about me, and also tried to throw in a little bit of hate until we realized, Jess, nobody talking about you, shorty. You're the news girl. Just report the rumors and let the actual people who we want to hear from talk, okay?
Usher, I thought you was talking about Diddy. I didn't know what you was talking about.
I said put in the comments, Daddy's not coming home.
How do y'all come to the conclusion that I would talk about academics, though?
Ain't no y'all. No jumper.
Yeah, how did you come to that conclusion?
Well, last year, Akademiks publicly called out you, Wallow, and Gilly and said that y'all are avoiding his podcast like y'all brand new or
that
whatever.
was a year ago.
Okay, but I mean, let's just face it and just say what it is. Don't nobody want to come to that smelly ass basement. Like, what is wrong with
cut
you?
it out, Jess.
All right, well, whatever.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
because he's not talking about me. Let me take me out of it. Okay, so who are you talking about? Who are you the daddy of?
I was just talking. Like when Nicki Minaj says all these bitches is my sons, do we say she's talking to one person?
No, she's talking about a bunch of them.
No,
but
because
we
she
know the one she's talking about.
pluralized. Yeah, she pluralizes sons, and she is never ever scared to say nobody's name.
Well, I was just talking about multiple people then.
So you coming home?
Oh, okay.
No, I told you I'm not coming home.
You're not coming home.
But that's just the internet.
Were you ever home with your sons? Because you had to leave, but you know what I mean. You say you're not coming home no more.
No,
like, well,
she looked at me so judgmentally with them glasses on. When I got her hands crossed. Were you ever home with your sons?
no, because you giving deadbeat. So it's like we're
giving deadbeat.
God bless all my sons.
Okay.
Who are your sons?
I don't know. I got a bunch of them.
Allegedly. Okay, all right. Yeah. So yeah, and these are messy visions, by the way. Get yours, y'all. These are my it's my eyewear line. Oh, Usher, I thought you was talking about Diddy. I didn't know what you was talking about. What?
I mean, I can't really put nothing on it if he not saying nothing. You know what I mean? He not saying no name. I think this is like one of them things where you jump out the window and then you look crazy. You feel me? Charlamagne says something. Doesn't seem very directed at anybody, but clearly somebody in No Jumper or Adam or whatever was like, well, this could have been Ak. Okay, we're gonna just clickbait it with Ak. I'm not gonna get mad at the clickbait. But then it goes back to Charlamagne where he now is asked about it. And you could look at it two ways. He could have just said, bro, I'm not talking about Ak, even though he kind of, I don't know. But he also was just like kind of very, hey, listen, until it's directed at me, I don't really got nothing to say about nothing, honestly. You know what I mean? And this goes for anybody, especially in the media game. You know what I mean? I'd rather people just say, if it was talking about me, I'd rather people just say my name. You get what I'm saying? But for the record, y'all want me to crash out so bad. Nah, bro, bro, the nigga's not saying nothing. Again, he's addressed it twice. He didn't say nothing. What do you want me to say? Nah, I flamed Jess enough already. Like you have to realize Jess is this wannabe comedian that's now the daily news girl on the Breakfast Club. Like, come on, you feel me? Like, good luck to her. I've given her enough sauce already. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Charlamagne. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, this was kind of like, this ain't even a Charlamagne I know, truth be told. The Charlamagne I know is a straight shooter. You know what I mean? And the reason why, and again, maybe I'm just being too nice. The reason why I think he ain't talking about me because a nigga ain't attention star for nothing. You feel me? There's nothing that there's nothing in terms of I'm like, oh man, I need Charlamagne to mention me this week that I could get some type of attention. What? Like, nigga, in what fucking world would that be the case? You get what I'm saying? So that couldn't be me. So I'm thinking he must, if he not trying to say a name, and I know him as a straight shooter, like he a straight shooter, I would imagine that perhaps he must be talking about some people who might not have no name and might actually just need him for some relevance. Because, I don't think anybody with an eye, a ear, half a brain could say that, any of my relevances came from anything that I haven't done my damn self. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why even, truth be told, again, I've always told you I looked up to Charlamagne as a mentor, but I'll be very clear with this. Man, in reality, nigga, ain't no nigga my dad. The fuck is y'all niggas talking about? What the fuck is y'all niggas talking about? So, again, while you know me, I have so much respect, at least for the greats in the game. This is why I talk about Wendy with such like grace. And of course, I'm gonna always give Charlamagne his flowers, and I'm also give him his props for even, being there and having those conversations with me. But you feel me? Like, Charlamagne is a school of radio. If he talking about his sons, I'm gonna think he talking about them little lackeys he be just throwing on the Breakfast Club and putting on Brilliant Idiots sometimes. Like, I don't be knowing them. I be like, yo, where they came from? But I came up, I had to go grind my way on the internet. I had to go make a new path that didn't exist. I can't have no daddy when no daddy never showed me how to go get it up out the mud on the internet. I can't have no daddy, okay? And if I was ever talking about my sons, it's everybody who came after me on this media commentary shit online, who all now do the same videos that I used to do. But what Charlamagne does, Charlamagne's a radio personality. Nigga, I've never been a radio personality. You get me? I did college radio. But nigga, I was never accepted in, nigga, I walked in them offices, I wasn't gonna get no job. Nigga, I had to go grind it up out the mud. So when I hear that, I'm like, okay, he ain't talking about me. Now, granted, I will say there's a lot of inspiration, 100% inspiration. If that's what y'all think make a nigga daddy, I don't know about that. But I'm gonna still give him his props, but other than that, again, this is what happens. At this point, I'm happy to say, yo, we all in the ring competing. And this that Cat Williams energy that nigga was telling y'all about. He said when he talking this shit, but the thing with Cat Williams, I respect Cat Williams because that nigga did not say no type of, we ain't gonna do no hit dog holler shit. Cat Williams said every nigga name he needed to say. He don't give a fuck, and he was bigger than all of them niggas. Michael Blackson, Cedric the Entertainer, at least to me. He ain't over here. He ain't throwing no subliminals. He kept it very direct. And also, what he did say that I respected, he said, listen, Shannon, when you playing in the NFL, because people, they were asking, like, do you just hate these guys? And for some people, it was personal. But for some people, he was saying, yo, we all playing in the same sport. He said, didn't you go at these other teams? He said, that's just what comedy is now. We're all competing. So when I look at what Charlamagne's doing, he's doing, obviously at this point, we all do different things. Like, for example, Joe Budden does very different things than what I do, right? These times, I'm more on the streaming side of things. Like, yes, I blog and shit, but I'm on the streaming side of things more than a podcast side like a Joe Budden. And Charlamagne is primarily still radio. You get what I mean? So again, we all do different things, but we're all in the media landscape. We're all competing. I think at the end of the day, we try to look up and see, yo, whose name is up there a little bit more than the others. You get what I mean? Again, they put me on Malcolm in the Middle when they put me at number 2 on that media list. Shit, this year, nigga, love Joe, but shit, I'm gonna shoot for first. But I still respect Joe. Joe's my mans. You get what I mean? Now, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as like competition like that. You feel me? And it did take me a while because, sometimes when you look up to somebody too much, sometimes you get lost in the mix that, nigga, you're not looking up to them like a high school player looking up to like an NBA player. No, nigga, you're playing them in the playoffs. You get what I mean? Again, we do different things, but in reality, we all talk about hip hop and we all talk about urban news. We all competing for the same audience. And whether I got 20,000 people on here watching me or whether he got who knows how many people watch him on the Breakfast Club or whatever, or whether I have a video interview that does 300,000 views or they have an interview we're all competing for the same shit. So, it took me a while to realize, like, my nigga, sometimes you could be you could admire the people who came before you and the people you studied so much that you almost knock yourself down. You get me? So I just look at this as competition type shit. It's all good. You feel me? I don't take it personal. Somebody said, why is Button number one? Nah, well, on the list, he was number one last year. But again, we're all competing. Nigga, Vlad was hot over that list. Like, Vlad was hot. He was 7. Vlad been on time and Vlad squashed 10 beefs. Like, Vlad is all over the place. He trying to go up on a list. Elliot trying to go up on a list. Bro, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You know, obviously, like, I feel like if you think about even that list, man, I'm not even saying that, that list is just a list. But, I always said this to myself because sometimes I get hard on myself. Pause. But I criticize myself in terms of, am I not doing enough? Is my impact, like where am I at? And I always remember this. I always used to tell myself this. You feel me? It's like, compare me to every other media personality you've seen on these lists. Man, there wasn't, I think, let me go back to the list. Oh, with the exception of Kai Cenat. With the exception of like Kai Cenat, I think I might have been like the youngest. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Everybody's been around in this hip hop shit for 20, 30 years. So to me, I was like, all right, man, I'm doing a good thing. So I'm gonna just take it as that. I can't even really fully react to it. Now, if he really is say, yo, Akademiks is my son, and just tell that nigga I ain't fucking with him, I would have a lot to say. But that ain't what he said. Well, he ain't say directly. You know what I mean? And me, I like to speak directly, as you just heard me just say about Joe and even Charlamagne. So, I feel like this is one of those where, like, you say something kind of ambiguous and you wait for the other nigga to wild out and you be like, yo, I wasn't even talking about him. So I'm going to just chill out, though. But, and by the way, I don't got no issue with Charlamagne. Like, really. You know what I mean? And I still appreciate his work. And also, some of the things that he was saying, I don't even genuinely feel applies to me. Nigga, I've always told this motherfucker, like, that's what I'm trying to say. If he was talking to me, he delusional. Facts. If he was talking to me. But I don't think he's talking to me. Because I used to tell the nigga, I watch everything you do. I've studied. Like, nigga, I'm a studier. Like, I'm the nigga who
So Akademiks responds to Charlamagne basically saying something about his quote unquote sons, off what Akademiks says. Charlamagne isn't talking about him, he's talking about other people, but I know how the industry, how online works, and they keep putting Akademiks' name up against Charlamagne's name, and like the topic and the way Charlamagne delivered, sadly, and this is my personal opinion, they're probably going to end up beefing for like a week or something soon, because that's like a lot of, like, how less hilarious is saying, oh, it could be you're talking about Akademiks. Man, come on, she did that on purpose, bro. Because now what's gonna happen is Akademiks is gonna respond, Charlamagne is gonna respond. Sooner or later, one person is gonna say something and the other person is gonna respond right then. Akademiks, bottle of Henny, the beef will start. Which I hope doesn't happen, but hey, might be inevitable. We never know. Charlamagne, you feel me? He's a GOAT in what he does. Ak is a GOAT in what he does. Ak definitely isn't one of Charlamagne's sons. So Ak isn't a radio station guy. Ak started his own lane. Like, if you really wanna, you can't really say Ak's anybody's sons because he started that lane, like talking behind videos and stuff. You could say Adam 22 is Ak's son. You feel me? If you ever want to say something, like, the closest thing you could say it's Vlad, honestly. Besides Vlad, you can't really say anyone. And Vlad is like, cool. Ak doesn't even do the stuff Vlad does. Vlad does like interviews and stuff. But, hey, man. Guess we'll just have to wait and see how everything plays out and how everything goes. But besides that, just gotta sit here and wait. It's your boy Big Ak News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'm out.